Hey, welcome back to another edition of Avid Golfer Magazine's Fearless Fantasy Forecast. Check us out on our Avid Golfer YouTube page, and it's also, well, we're in cahoots kind of with DraftKings.
Cahoots,
because that's what we go off.
and Strixon.
Yes, very much so. We are Team Strixon, or Treem, whichever you want to call it.
Hey, so last week, not our best week.
Our worst.
Our worst.
It was our worst ever.
We had 7 in a row, making money, and then we got hit by bad weather on the tee times. You got bad luck.
Yep.
And that happens. No excuses.
Hey,
We didn't win.
betting on golf is tough.
But this week, it's a course we know very, very well.
It's in our hometown, baby.
So keep your ears listening here.
All right, so it's the AT&T Byron Nelson Championship, first year at TPC Craig Ranch. Moved over from Trinity Forest. Pretty good field this week, considering DJ's out. He injured his knee, and then they showed a video of him doing backflips off his boat this week.
So did they update the strength of field once he were?
Yes,
once
they
he's
did.
out?
It's down to 299, which is down from 480 last week at the Wells Fargo, but kind of expected that because next week is the PGA Championship, and so some people like playing into a major, some don't. It's a new course for a lot of these guys. The defending champ, Sung Kang, this is back in 2019. It's his home course, but
Yeah.
I didn't pick him.
I didn't either, but I did. I have 2 guys on my team that are locally local ties. Let's say
Okay.
local ties, not locally based, because one doesn't live here anymore. So I'll go with my 2. How
Go
many
ahead.
do you have on yours?
4.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I'll go with my 2 first, and we'll hear your 4. My first and my stone cold lock.
Is that what that is now?
And I'm going to say you're in with me on this one.
We'll see.
So, the one thing we know about TPC Craig Ranch, wide fairways,
Yes, even though they grew the rough.
plays a little long,
Yep,
hard and fast,
that's 7,600 yards.
and the greens are very big, but very. Instead of saying flat, I'm going to say very readable.
About the first 6 holes, I would say. Then you start seeing some breaks. But the first 6, every time we go out there with somebody new, don't overplay the breaks. And they always do.
These guys are going to have a week to look at it. It's going to be soft because it's going to rain all day today and
Might
a
rain
little
Saturday.
bit tomorrow. So it's going to be soft. So look at guys who can hit the ball in the fairway and guys who can hit it close to the pin.
So back in the day when they hosted the Corn Ferry Finals, the 2011, 2012, winning score was like 22 under.
No, 16.
I'm going to say 22.
It was 16. It was 16 under. They had one bad weather day, though, so you'll see. All right, so my stone cold lock for those reasons. Scotty Scheffler, local, under the radar because of what Will's Outdoors is doing.
I don't know if he's under the radar.
I think he is. Will's Outdoors was more money than he is.
Yeah.
He's first in total driving. He's 21st in greens and close in proximity and whatever. And his putter's
Is that an official stat?
His putter's a little average. So this is a golf course where the fact that it's going to be, they're only going to have him at 11, so they're not going to be very fast.
Right.
So you're going to talk about that's going to be a kind of an equalizer. So the guys who are really good putters aren't going to really benefit. The other guy I have on both teams, you know, I watched him grow up. He's a year or 2 younger than my kid, Vincent Whaley. Grew up McKinney, and not from McKinney, but he grew up there, and he's made 7 straight cuts.
Yes, he has.
And
Cheap.
I'm going to say he knows that course really, really well, growing up in McKinney. And I'm going to say he's going to be able to look around, see a lot of his friends around. He's very friendly. He was very friendly with Scotty Scheffler. So I took those 2 as my 2.
Yeah. I kind of fluctuated a little bit because last week I took Harold Varner III because that was his home course at Quail Hollow, and he missed the cut. So I don't know. You got to glom onto something, right? So I have 4. I have Scotty Scheffler, both teams.
Probably for the same reasons, right?
Exactly. I have Ryan Palmer on both teams.
Okay.
He's got 12 straight cuts, and I think he holds the unofficial. He said this. I'm not sure. I haven't heard otherwise. He holds the course record there, and he thinks it's either a 60 or 61. Very official. Thanks, Ryan. Vincent Whaley. I took him too. 7 straight cuts, valued $7,000, and I also took a Euro. got a little sponsor exemption. He's got 3 wins on the Euro Tour this year in 15 starts, and in his last 3, he's got a 5th and a 1st. That would be John Catlin.
Yeah, I have him on a team too, and he's an American also, so it's not like he's coming back. He was really inexpensive.
Kind of like a Brooks Koepka.
I'm gonna say he's a little bit of a risk.
Yeah, well, who isn't?
But I took him on a team too.
Okay.
I'll because the team I have is next. I took Jordan for all the reasons you would take Jordan. He was expensive, but
I'll tell you what, I didn't take him when I go through my picks.
Okay. I took Keith Mitchell. Of the years that we've been watching Keith Mitchell, he's 20 years old. The one thing we know about Keith
Mitchell
is he's streaky. Like when he won those times, he was in between top 5s like crazy. Had a nice little tie for 3rd last week.
Yes, he did.
I think it's the beginning of a streak for him.
He played the final group.
So I had to put him on there. I have John Catlin in there. And then I stuck with Peter Ullheim.
Okay.
He didn't get in last week's event, so he still got a top 10 on the Korn Ferry Tour. He's playing well enough to do well, and he's still inexpensive, so I found a way to put him on one team.
All right.
So
not bad.
And then once you do one, I'll do one, and we'll keep going.
Okay, I took Will Zalatoris on a team. He missed the cut last week, but this is his home ground. He knows what's going on up there. He plays up there a lot. And I took Camilo Villegas. Pretty good value in his last 3 starts, 17, 25, and 17. So, and then my other team, I took Mark Leishman. Plays well in Texas. Played well at Trinity Forest, plays well down in San Antonio, plays well at Colonial.
Yeah.
So I took him, and I also took Doug Gim, and the reason is, so when you're looking for stats, this is a long course. Look for guys that are really highly ranked from 200 yards in.
Okay.
He's top 15 in both categories, 200 and 175 yards in.
Okay.
And so the guys I didn't take DJ.
Well, let me do my last team, and then we'll go through that. So my last team, I have Ryan Palmer, same reason.
Yep.
He hasn't missed a cut this year.
I know.
He might
very
be,
much under the radar.
Is he the one who's got the lead? He's the leader right now for most.
Could be, and now that it's a new streak.
I have Will Zalatoris. He missed a cut last week, but I think it's an anomaly.
Hope so.
By the way, cool thing about Will Zalatoris. Last week at the Korn Ferry Tour that was in Dallas, he went out on Saturday and just kind of visit with his old friends. Thought that was pretty cool, pretty classy. Took Ryan Moore, kind of coming off an injury, kind of playing a little bit better than he has been. I kind of took him, and here's my dark horse, the darkest of dark horse. But I think I came to a really good conclusion on why to take him.
Okay.
I took James Hahn.
You like James Hahn.
So here's the reason why I took James Hahn. In 2012. The last time the event was here, he tied for 2nd. In the last few events, his last top 10 was at Phoenix, Waste Management. Same designer.
Yep.
Same fairway. Same kind of greens.
Okay.
He kind of likes it. Proved it in 2012. Proved it at the Phoenix Open.
It's as good a theory as any.
My dark horse.
Truth. As we go through this week to week, it's
Who would have taken Rory at the money that he was at?
I didn't.
Right?
No.
And he wins last week, so.
Okay, so we have all our picks. Here's the guys I didn't take. I didn't take DJ. Didn't take John Rahm. He's pricey. Didn't take Jordan Spieth. His best finish ever at a Nelson was the first year he played when he was 16 years old, or 17, or whatever. It's 16th place is the highest he's finished here. Sometimes you play in a hometown, you got to deal with a lot of tickets, you got to deal with a lot of friends in town. Sometimes it can be a beating. Didn't take Bryson DeChambeau. Should be a course he kills.
Does he live here?
Yeah, lives in Dallas. But here's the crazy thing. So he makes it on the cut line after he flies back here last week, right?
Killed it.
Finishes 9th.
Killed it on the weekend.
Yeah, he finishes 300 on both days. I didn't take Hideki. I think he's going to have a Masters hangover.
That man is fried.
Yeah.
He's the world's most famous person in Japan right now, and he's fried. If he plays well, give him some credit.
Absolutely.
I mean, wow.
Those greens might actually work for him.
Yeah.
Because he's not the greatest putter. And I didn't take Daniel Berger. These are all 5-figure guys.
Who's also not the greatest putter.
Right.
I
went value this time.
I think this course was going to benefit the guys. It's going to be an equalizer on putting. The great putters aren't going to really benefit. So.
And those of you that haven't seen Craig Ranch, it will look great on TV.
It's going to be really, really great. And by the way, they're keeping them at 11 to 11 and a half. You know the reason? They're worried about the Texas winds because
I
they
get
want
it.
to be able to make it playable, given the fact that that course has some wide open greens that they want to be able to keep on the course. It's
11's good.
Being wet today, going to rain all day today, and being wet on Saturday. I'm not sure they could probably cut them more, but they're committed to keeping them at 11. So.
And look at weather. Should be okay Thursday, Friday. Might rain on Saturday. Might get another lift, clean in place bit. I think this course is going to get plowed. I think it's going to be at least 20 under.
By the way, keep an eye on. Here's a keep an eye on. Pearson Cootie.
Okay.
He's #1 ranked amateur in the world. He is a grandson of Charles Cootie. Grew up in Plano, so know him pretty well. And is at Texas right now.
Why don't you take him?
I chose James Hahn over him, but I keep an eye on him. He's still an amateur.
I keep an eye on everybody, trust me. But, yeah, I mean, I want guys that we're picking. That's the thing. If we're going to go out on a limb, I want a guy that it's on our list.
Okay.
Not peaky boos.
Okay. That is Scotty Scheffler with a lock. It's a lock, baby.
I hope
lock it up.
Him or Ryan Palmer. So there you go. There's our Fearless Fantasy Forecast, our DraftKings picks. Check out our YouTube page on An Avid Golfer. And I think we're going to bounce back huge. So this is like we had a miscut last week. This week we're going to kill it.
You can't make cuts every week.
No, you can't.
Nobody does except Tiger. And, we're almost in Tiger's realm, but not yet.
So bet responsibly, but check out our picks.